earth-shattering advice, but it's a tough situation.
Angie back to serve first.
Side out.
Waters and Parenteau most recently winning gold in St. George last weekend. Took out Elise Jones and Edatuio Natoa. Nice redirection from Annalie Waters down the line.
You can see both walkers really using a lot of topspin on a lot of their drops and dinks up at the kitchen. Alex going to the slice on the backhand side, but again, Annalie Waters, it's just not a ball that many players can keep in from that low. So Annalie is pulling the trigger, and she's not even pulling the trigger low to find the body. She's just hitting a clean winner with it.
And then she goes cross-court with it.
Yeah, all the spots. And she's said it many times in conversations that I've had or interviews about how important it is to keep her opponents on their heels by mixing up her spots and her locations with the speed up. She has all of them.
She does it with ease, too. Even if she moves it around by just a couple of inches.
Yeah, with the pace that she creates, which is #1 in the women's game, and you have the locations. You know, you get one, you don't get both, but she begs to differ.
Nice counterattack from Catherine Parenteau down the line. And a timeout called quickly by the Walkers. They've had enough.
To his mouth, and we love him for it. It's for Parenteau and Waters.
15 seconds.
Still on their first server, too. Curious what Greg's message was at their bench. They're just so imposing with the way they play. It's like, okay, you find offense, and then they defend you. Okay, you find defense, and then they out-offense you. Nice. Alex Walker found something on Captain Parenteau.
Nice half slide to the left to find the forehand for Alex Walker.
5-0-2.
Nice play from Alex Walker down the line, earns the side out. Unfortunately, it doesn't count for a point yet.
0-5-1.
For hitting such a great backhand, she's going to go over to the right now.
And then Waters gets in the mix, and Catherine Parenteau spots the middle opening. Angie Walker apologizing to Alex.
Yeah, that was a pretty hard pump fake.
0-5-2.
Angie thought she could get there, but wasn't quite able to contact the ball. Hanging sister out to dry.
Side out.
Exciting news coming up next on center, Adam. It's actually Ben Johns and Gabe Tardio taking on JW Johnson and CJ Klinger. So you get to watch your SoCal Heart 8's prodigy, CJ Klinger, in action through the wickets of Annalie Waters. Goes Alex Walker.
And the Walkers have had some nice short stroke forehand counters throughout this game one.
Point.
Nice pullback from Catherine. Knowing there's no way from that low position, if her opponents are going to be hitting through the ball, they can keep it in.
Side out.
All right, so Alex going to go back over to the right.
0-6-1.
Just out for Annalie Waters. The Walkers find the scoreboard.
One, 6-1.
Nice dig by Angie Walker. Keeps the play alive. Forces Waters to dish one into the net.
2-6-1.
Annalie testing out that one-handed backhand roll.
Lob is good from Parenteau. What a play. That's deep. You see the intention from Walker. Moment gets away from her. Nice track down of the lob situation there, too.
Yeah, it was great work to get back to the kitchen line.
2-6-2.
That was a well-disguised lob from Catherine Parenteau.
Side out.
Waters did get intel there from Greg Dow, the coach of the bench of the Cheetah Sisters, saying he told them to just keep the ball on the ground and make them dink, which is contrary to your
6-2-1.
thoughts on how to approach the match.
Best of luck with that, Dow. All right.
Next serve.
Would you like me to tell him you said otherwise?
No need, no need.
6-2-2.
It doesn't really matter whatever strategy you come up with. They're just so good. Maybe
Point.
serve from Waters.
7-2-2.
Ooh. Walkers
Side
are
out.
holding their ground, though.
They
I
are.
mean, the scoreline doesn't necessarily reflect it ever against Waters and Parenteau, but they're developing nice
2-7-1.
points.
I think they're playing very well.
Ooh, snaps a counter to the open corner, does Angie Walker.
Yeah, what a read. She had to start moving towards the middle early to find that forehand
3-7-1.
offense. Well done.
Point. Timeout receivers. 4-7-1.
And Parenteau, you know what that means, though, when Waters calls a timeout, she usually rallies for the comeback. Next point. Ooh, and Angie almost had a snapping counter to the same spot. She just notched a winner a moment ago.
4-7-2. Side out.
That's that short stroke forehand from Alex that I was talking about 5 minutes ago. Another good look.
7-4-1.
Just missed.
Drop volley lures in Alex Walker on the run, and then Waters crushes the ball to follow.
And I would say average drop shot from Annalie Waters, but the Walker sisters were retreating, and that made it a
8-4-1.
better option for her.
Well, at least got her opponents off balance, which she's so good at.
Well, Dow told him to make it bounce.
I know he did.
And they didn't on that last one, and they paid the price.
Challenge timeout receivers. 9-4-1. 45 seconds.
We'll take a challenge.
We're here,
one.
too. Athena and Lee Waters.
Nice
Point.
carved out angle for Waters. Game point. They respect every opponent
point.
in their way, which is, I think, hard to do when you win
10-4-1.
at the rate that they do.
Jeez.
Waters
Point
hits
game,
it home
11-4.
at game point,
Change it.
11-4. And we will flip ends and see if the Walkers can find more life in game two with the oppressing offense of the world #1. Much more.
return to earn the ball, and as they have been doing, the Walker sisters, they're going to put Alex over there on the right when serving. Just enough pressure from Annalie Waters and Catherine Parenteau to force that miss from the back of the court.
Nice put away for Annalie Waters. It's the ball right back. Cues on the crowd.
That was a nasty paddle position to go inside out with the sharp angle. And Catherine Parenteau trying to figure out exactly how Annalie Waters pulled off that last one. Let's take from Alex from the left with the forehand. That was beautifully executed cross-court lob with topspin. The takeaway and the push through the strike zone was exactly how it looks for a dink, so that's well disguised.
Nice.
Yeah, that's an oopsie daisy.
Yeah.
There was a sliver for a second, and that was shut down quickly
Yeah.
from Annalie Waters. I get the idea of it with Catherine Parenteau fading to find a backhand counter. But Annalie shuts it down so quick.
Such a fast mover that you really don't see her until the last minute, until it's too late.
Right, explosive first step, no doubt.
Yeah. Nice counter from Parenteau. Angie Walker looks to Alex, who takes the fire from a cross-court speed-up attempt.
Yeah, and cross-court speed-ups are much more of a thing, and there's plenty of times to use them. But as you see in that last point, the ball gets back to your partner pretty quickly if you don't hit it perfect.
A pretty sequence for Waters and Parenteau. Waters playing in front of a lot of her family members here in Cary, North Carolina.
Yeah, her dad grew up about 30, 45 minutes south of here in Bowie's Creek, which is actually where my wife works at Campbell University. Small world.
Corinne Carr, one of the great pickleball players as well, which only means baby AJ will be a great pickleball player.
Yeah, she had some nice runs a few years ago with Catherine Parenteau, actually. Got some medals on the PPA tour.
That's right. Not an easy feat, and certainly an accomplishment to brag about.
One seed's cooking right now. And they can clump them together quickly. Walker sisters have to be careful. Of course.
Ooh, Parenteau pushing through the middle. She hesitated, thinking maybe that's not the right idea.
Yeah, she made her move and she committed to it.
There's no looking back now.
Second serve.
Angie Walker looking to catch Catherine Parenteau transitioning, and ball never made it to Catherine. Great step over from Annalie Waters.
Side out.
Wild third from Alex Walker. Takes a moment to think about that.
4-0-1. Point.
Yeah, I think
Timeout
that's-
receivers. 5-0-1.
I think that's the move for Alex, who makes a loop.
The world's best compete
5-0-1.
on the biggest stage here on the Carvana PPA Tour. Nice spot for
Second
Alex
serve.
Walker down the middle.
There's that forehand counter. I believe it's been the best shot of the day for Alex Walker.
5-0-2.
Weathered that initial storm from Annalie Waters and Catherine Parenteau and won the point.
Side out.
I like that first volley back behind Annalie Waters. She's so aggressive when she is looking to poach and squeeze the middle of the
0-5-1.
court. Have to go behind her.
Oh, so close.
Second serve.
A moment of panic for Catherine Parenteau, but Annalie Waters calls her off.
0-5-2. Side out.
It's beautifully played from Catherine, feathering it up the middle. Alex Walker pulled out wide on her backhand side and couldn't recover.
5-0-1.
Great recognition from Catherine. In there.
Nice.
Second serve. Five, 0-2. Point.
Slapper. Right back in the face of the Walker sisters.
It's too much offense there from Annalie.
Parenteau. 6-0-2.
Oh, what a play. A walk-up dink rolls it out of play. How?
It's just so much pressure. Just because Annalie can pull that to the middle of the court. So whoever's cross court from her on the left side has so much responsibility and so many different things to cover. You just can't cover them all.
Is it possible to get an early read on her at all?
No.
Nothing.
Side out.
Nothing to work with there.
I mean, most players have tendencies, or they go to a strength a little bit more than something that's average, and there's nothing average about Annalie Waters. So
0-7-1.
the fact that she picks her spots so well, and right when you start to lean one way, she goes the other.
Cross-court attack to perfection there from Catherine Parenteau.
Serve.
Mentioned waiting for the time to do it.
A pretty low position, too. That's going to be just
0-7-2.
dinked back in so many situations. Catherine defaults to offense, and it's a good decision.
Side out. Seven, 0-1. Point.
And even if you know it's coming, the pace
Yeah, right.
makes it that much difficult.
Actually, both sisters were right there in the middle, so they had a
8-0-1.
great read on where Annalie was going to go with that ball, but it didn't matter.
And a third. Immediately backs up the Walkers, and Catherine Parenteau closes it out. That third shot drop effective from Annalie Waters. Inside out touch.
Free challenge timeout, receivers, 9-0-1.
Backhand side, and off they went, backing up from the kitchen. Timeout called by the Walkers in the form of a free challenge timeout.
And here comes Greg Dow.
0-1.
You can do it. Oh, Catherine Parenteau. Another defensive,
Match
heroic
point.
play. Match point for the world
10-0-1.
number one.
second serve. Match point. 10-0-2.
Ooh. Oh, Waters buries it, and match point gets the pickle in game 2, and the standard continuously set by Waters and Parenteau.
Yeah, I thought it was a great performance, a great battle from the Walker sisters to have some extended rallies and some quality points throughout. But, of course,